Hello YouTube, my name's Demon. This is Garden House channel, playing Minecraft. World is Demon. Okay, so one of the things I lacked seriously in my previous worlds would be a sense of direction. So I got goals and projects, and today's goal is very simple. We're simply doing an intro. Alright, so I figured I'd start out with the rules. Now obviously I built this in creative, and there's a whole thing that I'll explain here. Here's a death count. Our number one rule, do not take or leave items from existing structures. Number two, do not play on peaceful. Number three, no creative mode or cheats. Number four, teleportation devices must be built. So one of the big issues I had in previous Let's Plays, or whatever you want to call them, is the transportation. Getting from one point of the map to another. I hated digging large Minecraft tunnels or going into the nether to dig a tunnel, and it started to drive me nuts, and I figured out how to use command blocks. But I didn't want to cheat and just put command blocks everywhere. I thought of a way of using command blocks without being so cheesy on it. So we're going to use an ender pearl. I'll show you how this thing works. Here's a teleportation machine. This is a machine that one has to build in order to work. And maybe I'll show you how to build one of these. Okay, so you add an ender pearl and push the button. Pretty simple. We add an ender pearl. Now you can fill this up with ender pearls. Then you push the button. Notice the light came on. When the light is on, push the button to teleport. One pearl equals 5 minutes of operation. So I can sit here and for 5 minutes I can use this device. Now I'm not quite sure what happens if I go out of sight of a big range, but I'll give you an idea how this works. Okay, first you have the chest. The chest is right above this hopper. In this hopper you have 12 of something you're not going to stick in here, plus 1, 2, 3, and then an ender pearl. Then down here you have another ender pearl. And this somehow sorts it out. So if I go through this sign up here, the sign does not get taken. I have to put an ender pearl in there for it to work. What happens down is when I hit that button, it spits an ender pearl out on this pressure plate, which sends a signal both to this piston and the redstone lamp that tells you it's active. That will despawn after about 5 minutes. This piston extends and completes the circuit from the other button, which activates our teleportation block. And that is how I will solve teleportation. I will have to give something in order to get something, with the exception of already created structures. This is obviously an already created structure. We are not to take anything or leave anything from this created structure. Do not take or leave items from existing structures. Now we've got this nice big castle fortressy thingy. No, it's not working properly. What is the purpose of this great big castle-y, fortressy something? Well, number one is the briefing room, which we will start every episode in. Number two, this is where we get Note blocks. Note blocks, yes. This is where we get command blocks. So, there's a big redstone machine underneath the floorboards. Ta-da! Big redstone machine. Okay, so in order to get a command block, we need 4 items. A sandstone block, a redstone repeater, a comparator, and a redstone block. And we simply throw these in this chest. Now if I throw anything else in here, it won't work. It'll take it up and it'll disappear. Anyway, here's my command block. In order to get more command blocks, I need to add more items. Pretty simple. Now, despite this beautiful island and whatnot, that's pretty much all this is. This sound tower right here is a reminder, an in-game reminder that I went to college and owe people money. That's my debt. That's $8,000 worth of debt. Not really that important. I just threw it in there. Reminder. Okay, so this over here is pre-existing teleportation. And pre-existing teleportation is free. Now this will bring us to the map room. The map room is something I wanted to put in one of my maps that I was going to have I don't know if you call it a Let's Play series or a world tour. And the idea was that you would drop into cart spots, or you would go up to a portal like this, you'd push a button and you drop down into a cart, and the cart would cart you off to the correct place. That was kind of boring, and that's kind of what drove me nuts. Now I'm going to give you some great flybys of this this floating island. Because that's what it is, a floating island. So if we go down here, this is supposed to be the spawn point. Now, we have a swamp, the Pretty Plains Island, which is the castle, Ice Plains, and Mountain Jungle Taiga. Like I said, these are all pre-existing teleporters. So, let's start out with the Ice Plains. And you will see these things. These are the pre-existing teleporters. You cannot destroy it, with the exception of the obsidian, but you cannot get in there and actually take the command block. Oops. And I forgot to destroy this. Okay. We must return. And of course it returns us back to the map room. Now, when I decided I wanted to create this place, and I wanted to create this giant floating island, I just wanted to take out whatever land I spawned on, but was a little worried that I'd end up in some place I didn't want to be. When I created this world, I just happened to spawn out, like in the middle of the ocean. It's like over there somewhere, like that spot right there. It could be on any side. And so what I did is I built this box here. Now I did set the spawn point to here. I'm not quite certain I will end up spawning there. We checked out the Ice Plains. The Pretty Plains Island is this place right here. Heading back. The swamp. And, of course, Mountain Jungle Taiga. There's mountains, there's jungle, and there's taiga. Pretty simple. So how this worked out is when I first created the thing, this is the first platform I made. And what I did as I went off in each direction, east, west, north, south, and the first place I came to is where I spawned something. So I have not explored any of the island with the exception of the bare ocean all the way out to where each of these go. Now if I come up here and I hit the map room, you will notice that I have blue, yellow, red, and green. Blue, yellow, red, and green. I had developed a directional system, kind of a compass. The way I see this is sun rises in the east, yellow, sun sets in the west, red for a sunset. The sky is blue, the grass is green. North, south, west, east. And this can be filled up. We can put in teleporters. We can put teleporters in this room free of charge. There is one more stop, and I call it the gardens. And this is the nice little beautiful area way up here, up on top of the island, looking pretty. Well, that concludes our intro. It should be an interesting time. I hope you enjoy. I hope this works out well. And now it is raining. Ciao.